Okay, here's a quick update. I'm just updating the video that I posted this morning and deleted. I wanted to update it real quick. So this is the basic model for the ski jump classes it'll be like in the gymnasium or the trampoline center or something like that. And I needed a basic model in order to work with, and this will be the basics of it. I won't make it much more detailed than this. You can see since the video this morning, I made just very small hints of knees, so I didn't have to add any vertices to the leg whatsoever. Added a pair of shoes, just a very simple pair of shoes, and I added some hair to the scene and put a little lipstick on her. You know, it's kind of hard to make these models look really perfect. You can see the head's still a little bit, well, I didn't comb the hair in the back. I think I could need to do that actually. That would, in fact, while I'm here, I'll just do that. Let's see. I'll get this model and I'll go into particle mode and I'll get the get the comb. Yep, and I'll just comb this part of the hair down. There, that's good enough for the moment. Yeah, okay. Alright, so there's the basic model in place. And so since it's all one object, I've attached everything together. I don't always attach things at the outset. That way I can just swap items in and out. But I can modify this up pretty readily now into other characters as well. And then I'll just keep refining it as I go. And one of the things I'll do is on the back of the head there's a lot of polygons, but I'll end up eliminating a boatload of those, and I'll eliminate them in places that aren't really obvious. And then I'll turn this into the ski jumpers as well. So she'll start as the basis for doing the ski jumping and the trampolines and stuff like that, instead of the ones that I showed you the other day. And we'll see what the performance is on it. And one thing now, notice I'm going to render it real quick, and I'll show you the rendering on this. And this is just using Blender Render. And you can see there's not a lot of difference, well, except it changes the lighting on her hair a little bit. But there's not any smoothing applied to the model in this particular render. And for a distant shot, like something like that, it doesn't matter. And especially since what I'm geared towards is, I'm not really a modeler, I'm more of an animator. My real interest has always been in animation, making things move. But I needed a model in order to make these animation effects coming up. Alright, but if you notice over here under the modifier, I have the render set at 0 for this subsurf modifier. So the subsurf would certainly improve the look of this in rendering, but at the moment the reason I have it set at 0 is because I have the hair particles set. Because if you don't apply the subsurf modifier, when it's applied during the render, it'll mess all this hair up. So basically the hair, just like I said, like the modifier has priorities, well, on the hair particles, basically you have to apply the subsurf modifier, then I have to go back in and define my vertex groups for placing the hair in the scene. So alright, let's take a look around, just kind of give you an idea from all sides, just kind of give a basic view. There she is. Just simple, nothing much, just a basic model right now. And then I'll upgrade it from here. Even this for me, since I don't spend a lot of time doing this type of modeling, this took me about between the face and the hair, I don't know, 30 to 40 hours, right? So it was a lot of work, but it doesn't really matter, because now that I have a basic model in place, then it's easy enough to make a lot more. And so then I can have all the characters from my scene. Now I'll focus on all the animation, and you'll get to start seeing that starting this week. Okay, well, that's it for this update, and I'll see you in the next video.